Hello everyone, Emma Fife here for Fandom, joined by Amy, who is representing our wonderful wiki communities. We are talking with Chris Sabat.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm so good.
I've been wanting to do that since I found out it was wiki.
Right, yeah, you gotta throw in a little turntable.
You're in the wiki community, right? You're a DJ?
Well, I'm the editor-in-chief of Avatar Wiki's community newsletter.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So like a DJ.
Very much.
Yeah.
DJ of pop culture knowledge.
DJ of pop culture knowledge,
Yes.
exactly right. Yes, yes. So, Dragon Ball Superhero. Did I get that title right?
Yeah, I think there's one more super in it.
Okay, Dragon Ball Super.
It's the Super Dragon Ball Super Superhero.
Oh, got it. Yeah,
Yes.
the Super Dragon Ball Superhero movie. Okay, but correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like this is a big comeback for Piccolo.
I'm not going to correct you because this is a huge comeback for Piccolo. It's pretty evident in a lot of the trailers and stuff you've seen so far. This is Piccolo's big moment. I am super happy to have played Piccolo all these years because for so long he was kind of sidelined for a bit. And this is a great movie for him.
Yeah.
And I am so happy to be a part of this. It's really cool. He and Gohan have some amazing moments. And Piccolo is such a dad type anyway, but he's like the true, but he's like the last true trainer in the series. Other than like Whis and Beerus and stuff like that, he's the last trainer on Earth basically. And you see him with Pan and you see him with Gohan, really interested in being a part of not only looking after their family to some degree, but training them to be strong.
Yeah, I mean, what's nice for you is in Dragon Ball, you get to play both best dad Piccolo and second best dad Vegeta. Like,
that's right.
All the good Dragon Ball dads.
And arguably the second, third best characters in the show. So.
Well, speaking of Piccolo, we do have a question from our wiki community regarding that character. So, Amy, take it away.
All right. On behalf of Dragon Ball Wiki, a user named Hi Wanna Trade would like to ask you, why does Piccolo have so many stuffed animals?
Well, I don't want to spoil the movie because it's a huge plot point in the film. But you will find out if you go see Dragon Ball Superheroes why Piccolo has accumulated so many stuffed animals and what his feelings are about those stuffed animals. But that's a great question.
There's more though.
Oh, no.
What is his favorite stuffed animal, or is that a surprise to you?
Well, it will be very clear to you that he really cares for a very specific character. It's not really clear in the movie whether this is like his favorite character, because it seems like most of his plushies are of this one specific character. And that's his favorite character, and that's why he has so many of them. Or if it's someone else's favorite character, and they just keep loading him up. Like when my daughters buy me stuff, knowing full well that I don't really like it, but they will then in turn be able to have it.
Smart.
For sure.
Yeah, self-serving purchases, gifting, always great.
Right, one thing Piccolo loves is things that make a lot of noise because he just likes to chill. And I'm being very sarcastic. He does not like things that make.
No.
He apparently. Now I don't know how much. I don't even know how much I'm allowed to talk about. This is not spoiler information, but one thing I want to point out in the film is that this character that is in a lot of his plushies also exists on his phone case, and he also holds his phone like this in the movie. It is like the funniest thing to watch him. Anytime he's on the phone,
he's like doesn't understand. He's like, how
this.
do cell phone? Well, and you've been involved in Dragon Ball for so long that obviously you have a page on the Dragon Ball Wiki itself.
I feel honored.
Yeah, and there's some trivia about you on there.
Okay.
So I would like to confirm whether or not this trivia is true. So
it's on Wiki. It's true.
It's true.
It's got to be true.
It's got to be true. But we're gonna confirm. Okay. It says Yamcha was Chris Sabat's first role in the Dragon Ball franchise.
That is correct.
Excellent.
Correct.
Chris Sabat has named future Trunks as his favorite character.
I have. That is true. I've said that once or twice.
Yeah.
There are plenty of favorite characters I have now.
Yeah.
That might have been prior to Super.
Yes.
But I'd still say that Trunks ranks as at least top 3 characters.
He's one of your many children.
Exactly, yes.
Chris Sabat named Vegeta as his favorite Dragon Ball Z role.
I mean, everyone has named Vegeta as their favorite Dragon Ball Z role. Come on. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah. This one's a little deeper. Chris Sabat has also voiced famed Metal Gear Solid protagonist Solid Snake in Death Battle, made by Screw Attack, whose headquarters is right next to Funimation.
Wow, there's a lot of information to unpack there,
Yes.
but all of it is true.
Yeah.
And all of you are probably aware of the screw attack
Yes.
battles. And when I saw that one come through, they asked if I would do it, and I jumped at it because I've always loved Solid Snake. I loved Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Those are some of my favorite games. I was always really jealous of. Wait, I keep wanting to say David. It's David.
It is
Hayter.
David, yeah,
Yes,
David
thank you.
Hayter.
I've always been jealous of his role in that game. So this was my
a good
opportunity to like really stick it to him. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're still friends, believe it or not.
Wow, that's so nice after you did a parody of him
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
you can overcome that hurdle in your friendship. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Thanks.
Well, we do have some more questions from the Wiki
Oh, I'm
community,
looking forward
especially
to this.
because you do voice so many characters in Dragon Ball.
I do a lot of characters.
You
in
are a
Dragon
lot
Ball.
of characters
I mean,
in Dragon Ball.
for a lot of different reasons, mostly in 1998 because I worked on staff and I was very cheap back then.
What made you want to voice Piccolo when you already had your hands full with Vegeta full time?
I didn't realize at the time what I was getting myself into, really. I'm just some dumb college kid in 1998 that went to go work for this tiny company working on this show called Dragon Balls, working on some show that had animes, and I'd already seen all 3 anime at the time. Apparently in 1998 there were only 3. I mean, maybe this is already on Wikipedia, but at least in North Texas there were only 3 anime that existed. It was Ghost in the Shell, Akira, and Fist of the North Star. That was it. That's the only ones you could find at Blockbuster. So I
Right.
was like, that's it. So I went to go work for them. I didn't realize that I would be working on the show for 20 years, and I didn't realize, how long-winded the show was or how much screaming. I'm just the kind of guy that says, hey, you want to do this? And I'm usually going to say like, yeah, sure, whatever. Are you going to pay me $10 an hour? And they said yes. And I said, absolutely then. I can afford to live in my apartment with 4 other people and 3 dogs. This is great.
Since you voice both,
Oh, no.
whenever Piccolo and Vegeta have a conversation, tell us a little about that process. Is it like talking to yourself or fighting with yourself once they start yelling?
All the talking to myself and fighting with myself usually happens between sessions, but that's my own problem, and I'm working on that. But what I do to try and keep these voices different, and I do this with anybody who's playing multiple characters. Usually, we'll go through and record one character first, and then we'll go and record another character second. Typically, I will record Piccolo first because he's usually the most chill.
Yeah.
And Vegeta second because he's more likely to destroy my voice.
Yeah.
But in many ways, like when playing it back, it is really weird at first, hearing yourself talk to yourself. But then after a while, you convince yourself that it sounds totally real and nobody will ever believe that.
Well,
it's
thank you
the
for
same
that. I
person.
thought it was gonna be like, I hate you. I hate you too. And I was like,
The
is it in
only-
one session or is it like separate?
No, I say I hate myself quite a bit. You're welcome.
well.
The only time I actually did kind of jump voices a lot was during this one part of the show called the Dragon Ball Z, called the Garlic Jr. Saga. It was mostly about like Yamcha and Piccolo and all them get frozen at the beginning, or turned into zombies right at the beginning of the saga. It was very short. Had like Garlic Jr. in it, and they were trying to find like the sacred water and stuff
Right.
like that. And I remember at that time I played Mr. Popo and Kami. And so they were easy to go back and forth from Mr. Popo, we've got to get the sacred water. And Kami go, yes, Kami. And I found that because they had such kind of, meaningless dialogue in a lot of ways during that, I would just alternate. I found it a challenge,
Yeah.
an acting challenge to try and jump back between the two of them.
That's fun. All right. Before we go, I have one last question for you. So I dove deep into the wiki data, and I want you to make a guess as to which character in the Dragon Ball community has the most page views.
Oh. Well, there's a part of me that is familiar with the way people think on the internet, and so I'm going to guess it's Marin. Or I'm going to guess.
I love that you're going deep. It's not that deep.
Okay, it's not that
It's pretty
deep.
basic.
Then it would be.
Like as basic as you can be.
Okay, then it's Vegeta. of
No.
course. No, it's Goku.
It's Goku.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I
it
mean,
is.
people always have to, they have to look him up to see, is he a better father this week? or
Right,
something?
exactly. And the answer is always no.
Right.
And also, if it makes you feel better, Piccolo has top billing on the Dragon Ball Super superhero wiki page.
There you go. Finally.
Finally.
It's about time.
Piccolo is going to get his moment in Dragon Ball Super Superhero, which comes out in August.
Yep. In August.
Go see it. It's going to be great. Thank you, Chris Sabat, for joining us. And stick around. We've got lots more Comic-Con coverage coming your way on Fandom.